Outside the Hunter Association, a crowd of reporters swarmed. The big story? Famous actor Lee Min-sung was retiring from the entertainment industry to become a hunter. He had signed with the Reaper Guild, and even guild masters Baek Yoon-ho and Choi Jong-in were spotted nearby. The media assumed they were trying to recruit Min-sung too. But when it became clear their interest wasn't in the actor, all the attention shifted back to what really mattered: Sung Jin-woo. The two top guilds were both trying to win him over, each unwilling to back down. Just then, the Reaper Guild's own guild master arrived, thinking the other two were after his new celebrity hunter. When told they weren't, he looked confused. Wait, who even is Min-sung? Meanwhile, even Jin-a's classmates were buzzing about Min-sung. He was infamous, a drama magnet. During a press conference, he bragged about being a newly awakened hunter, now ready for a rank evaluation. He claimed he'd fight under Guild Master Lim Tae-gyu of the Reaper Guild and risk his life for humanity. But it was all a calculated move. Min-sung had already been pre-evaluated as a rank. His plan? Lay low for 2 years while scandals cooled down, then return to acting. All this noble sacrifice talk was a PR stunt. Right in the middle of his speech, Sung Jin-woo walked into the association building for his real business. But Min-sung's bodyguards tried to block him, treating him like a random passerby. That didn't last long. Chairman Go Gun-hee personally came downstairs to greet Jin-woo and halted the press event on the spot. Min-sung tried to recover by pretending he'd now enter for his public evaluation. But Ji Jin-chul stood in his way. Someone was already inside, celebrity or not. No one was allowed to interrupt. Inside, Jin-woo began his final evaluation. First, he summoned a shadow, confirming his ability was summoning magic. But Go Gun-hee already knew everything from Ji Jin-chul. No need to hide anymore, he said. So Jin-woo released his full power, his entire shadow army. The immense mana shocked even the leaders of the White Tiger and Hunter guilds. Jin-woo didn't just pass the evaluation, he was officially declared Korea's 10th S-rank hunter. Now, he could legally sell the Greed Orb and use the money to buy top-tier artifacts to prepare for his next raid, the Demon Castle. Outside the evaluation room, Choi Jong-in and his team were waiting, full of flattery, begging for a chance to meet. Jin-woo politely declined. But then, he walked out the front door, straight into a sea of reporters. Instantly, his face was everywhere. National news, social media, TV. Sung Jin-woo, the 10th S-rank hunter, had been revealed. Jin-a couldn't believe it. The excavation team was shocked. Especially the one who had mouthed off to Jin-woo earlier. He almost fainted from panic. Even in his hometown, Uncle Song Kyul and healer Yuji were stunned but happy for him. After all, no new S-rank had appeared since Cha-hae in 2 years ago. Min-sung? Forgotten. The entire press mob left his event to chase Jin-woo's story. Meanwhile, Jin-ho apologized to his father. He couldn't bring Jin-woo into their guild. Jin-woo had his own path. He was forming his own guild. And he wanted Jin-ho to be the vice master. His father, furious, called him selfish. He had intended to pass the guild to Jin-ho's brother. Now the plan was ruined. But Jin-ho didn't back down. He remembered all the time he'd spent fighting beside Jin-woo. No matter what, he'd follow him. Back at the association, Baek Yoon-ho offered to escort Jin-woo out of the building. But Jin-woo blinked and vanished. He was already outside, behind the crowd. His speed stunned everyone. He headed straight to a hunter auction, looking for fire-resistant gear. He needed protection for the intense heat of the Demon Castle. Cloaks, rings, and other items looked perfect, until he saw the price. Astronomical. A staff member joked, "If you can break the display glass, we'll give it for free." Jin-woo didn't even touch it, just walked by. And the glass cracked from his aura alone. In the weapons room, he spotted a simple dagger. It wasn't as strong as Kasaka's Venom Fang, yet still had a hefty price tag. Out of curiosity, he asked about the value of the dagger he'd bought from the system store. The seller was stunned. It was worth at least 100 million yen. Even though Jin-woo had paid only 2.8 million, So instead of selling his greed orb, Jin Woo decided he could fund his needs just by offloading extra system weapons. Meanwhile, Go Gun-hee was still trying to make sense of Jin Woo's power. His mana output and physical strength were beyond anything expected, even after awakening. Maybe he wasn't just a reawakened hunter, maybe he was something more. The next morning, reporters swarmed Jin Woo's house. His sister Jin-ae scolded him for making such a dramatic entrance. Jin Woo explained he'd be gone for a week. Just then, Jin Ho showed up. He'd moved out of his house and was crashing with Jin Woo now. That night, Jin Woo left the house secretly. Even though the association had his back, he wanted to avoid media attention. He summoned his shadow knights to patrol the city. One guard, missing from the group, was still stuck in the ceiling from last time. Oops. He assigned a knight to guard Jin-ae and sent others across the city to help protect it at night. Might as well do something good for society, he muttered. The next day, Jin Woo and Jin Ho set off for the demon castle again. Jin Ho was shocked. Jin Woo had just become an S rank and was already trying to get even stronger? Jin Woo had bought a water attribute ring and wind attribute cloak, a perfect combo for heat resistance. His mission remained: collect more demon souls to earn a special item that could change his class. He teleported to floor 76. Elsewhere, Jin Ho's father collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. The doctors said it was just overwork. But the truth was darker. He had a rare condition called eternal slumber, caused by prolonged exposure to mana. It happens to people with low magical resistance. His own son being a hunter may have triggered it. Meanwhile, back in the demon castle, Jin Woo called out Tusk and handed him the greed orb. Doubling his magic, Tusk's blast instantly obliterated everything in front of them. Cut to a distant island, two patrol hunters were walking when suddenly an ant monster appeared. It had evolved to fly and escaped Jeju Island. That meant it could reach the mainland soon. Jin Woo split his army into 6 squads to explore and hunt everything in sight. If any found a floor pass, they were to report immediately. After 2 days on floor 80, no one had found the pass. Then something strange happened. Jin Woo noticed his shadow soldiers were being destroyed by an unknown force. Squad A then B wiped out. Oddly, Tusk's squad, which was nearby, was untouched. It meant the enemy recognized Tusk's strength and avoided him, targeting weaker squads instead. That level of strategic thinking meant these monsters were intelligent. Jin Woo realized their next target, Tank, his Ice Bear commander. He rushed over, and sure enough, 4 elite enemies were there. One in golden armor looked like the leader. They wiped out Tank's unit easily. Jin Woo, using stealth, moved in. He dodged their spears, took one down with a kick, then drew Baruka's dagger and shredded the next 2. Facing the boss of floor 80, he finally asked himself a question that had haunted him for a long time. Do monsters feel fear? And now, he would find out.